become a source of a divide in the sports world. As the transgender community becomes more visible, there's increasing scrutiny on trans athletes across all levels of sports.
Yeah, among the most visible, a member of the women's swim team at the University of Pennsylvania getting attention and getting pushback for her performance in the pool. NBC's Lia Thompson joins us with more on this story. Ann, good morning to you.
Good morning, Craig. This weekend, Penn student Lia Thomas will compete in a swim meet against Yale and Dartmouth. She's already broken records this year, but is facing criticism from some parents and students. Still, she and her school say she is swimming with full support. This morning, UPenn swimmer Lia Thomas with a sea of support as she prepares for this weekend's tri-school meet. The transgender athlete, backed by Penn Athletics, saying Thursday that Thomas has met or exceeded all NCAA protocols for a transgender female student athlete to compete for a women's team. Welcomed by the Ivy League, reaffirming its commitment Thursday to provide an inclusive environment for all student athletes and condemning transphobia and discrimination in any form.
I'm just thrilled to be able to continue to swim.
Controversy is brewing as Thomas smashes records, some in the sport questioning whether she has an unfair advantage. Following NCAA guidelines after a year of hormone replacement therapy, Thomas was granted the chance to swim on the women's team. After 2.5 years of such therapy, last month, she recorded the fastest times in college swimming in the 200 and 500-yard freestyle and won the 1650 freestyle, beating her nearest competitor by 38 seconds. The editor-in-chief of Swimming World magazine, John Lone, writing an op-ed last month, saying Thomas's competition in championships could create, quote, an indisputably unfair setting. Lone noting that Thomas could approach champion Katie Ledecky's freestyle record. University of Pennsylvania leadership says it's heard criticism from students and parents, several of whom reportedly sent a letter to the NCAA demanding changes to the rules. The NCAA did not respond to NBC News' request for comment. Thomas, seen with her teammates in these dailymail.com images, told the Swim Swam podcast last month that her journey started in 2018. That's when Thomas realized she was transgender. A year later, coming out to the entire team and beginning to transition, taking testosterone suppressants and estrogen to become Lia.
I've experienced a lot of muscle loss and strength loss.
From school teams to the Olympics, transgender athletes are facing increased scrutiny in sports.
There's just not that much data available on how gender-affirming hormones change their athletic performance.
Thomas painted a different picture for the Swim Swam podcast.
I feel very supportive, just treated like any other member of the women's team.
And amid the controversy there at UPenn, there's also been some growing pushback from state lawmakers as well in Pennsylvania, right?
Well, not just in Pennsylvania, but across the country, Craig. 9 states, all controlled by Republican lawmakers, have enacted legislation to ban or limit athletic participation by transgender students. South Dakota did so by executive order, and all of those laws were passed in the past year. Craig?
All right. Lia Thompson for us this morning. Ann, thank you.
Coming up